Sniperwolf is going insane. She's quite literally losing her marbles, and she's just blatantly going cyber psycho, it seems. If you somehow don't know who Sniperwolf is, she is a YouTuber who used to do commentary gameplay. I say that in quotations because it was later found out that all of her quote-unquote live gameplay was basically pre-recorded, and it was her husband playing the games, and she was basically just reacting and saying stuff, and it was basically just her husband running the entire channel. And once they split, she ended up, I guess, keeping her channel, and he went to make his own channel, and that was that. But that's neither here nor there. After that, Sniperwolf did what she did best. She stole content. She just sat there in front of a camera and reacted to other people's shit. So that was pretty much that, and she's been coasting off that essentially like the entire time. Like her entire career basically is just her stealing content now, which is fair enough. Hey, do what you want. It doesn't really bother me any type of way. I don't really personally care. Obviously some people have different opinions on this, more aggravated opinions, rightfully so, because why are you stealing content? Just make your own. Surely you can do something and be creative somehow. But nevertheless, they decided to take it upon themselves to talk about Sniperwolf, and this has been going on for like years now. Like occasionally people will just be like, hey, I feel like dunking on Sniperwolf, let me just make a video about it. So I guess this is just pure hatred on her part, just building up from video after video being made on her, I guess. And I guess Jaksfilms was the boiling point for her, because this guy was pretty much just slamming her into the ground. Like every fucking video, like every other video was a Sniperwolf video, and he was just respectively like just dunking on her. And I guess she just said, I can't take it anymore, I'm about to do something about it. But the way she went about confronting the situation was not through normal means. We'll see in this video today. I want to take you back to about a month ago when Jaksfilms made this video, and this video was made after this video. You could see that Sniperwolf probably wasn't a little too happy, and I guess this was pretty much the final straw. So she decided to take it upon herself to, I guess, try to confront Jaksfilms for whatever reason through interesting means, like I said. So Sniperwolf, with her 6 million follower Instagram, she posted this story publicly asking, should I go visit Jaksfilms? Now this was already weird, because it's like, okay, if you wanted to go visit him, you could just, number one, actually not, because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to be visited randomly. And you can see in both the screenshots that it's like fairly dark outside. Like it's definitely not sunny. Like it's not fucking 11 a.m. So I would assume at this time now you probably wouldn't want some random stranger coming up to your door talking about internet beef, I'm pretty sure. And I think he has a wife, if I'm not mistaken, so that probably doesn't help either. Just some random lady trying to ask him about internet beef for some odd reason. And then in the second screenshot you see here, thankfully it was already like kind of blurred out basically, but you see she literally just straight up takes a picture of his fucking house for some odd reason, and then says, let's talk like adults, and then adds him. Like, what? Like, why would you do this? Like, you literally doxed him, and now you're like trying to pull up on his house talking about let's talk like adults. If you wanted to talk like adults, you would have just either one, made a video, or you would have just responded in a tweet, tried to DM him, literally do anything but go to his actual physical fucking home. And then you have to like try to find this information. This information isn't just free on the internet, you have to literally go out of your way to try to get someone's address, especially someone like Jaksfilms. You have to basically just go out of your way to try to fucking get somebody's address, like that's not shit that you just find. That's not like, oh shit, well damn, I didn't know PewDiePie lives exactly here in Japan, well thanks Google. Like, it's not just a, hey Alexa, where does PewDiePie live type of thing. Like, that's just not information that just is easily accessible to everyone, so it's like, what are you doing? And she's been on YouTube for at least a decade. I'm not sure, I don't exactly remember how long, but long enough to know that this shit isn't acceptable. She proceeds and just goes to his house, takes a picture of it for her 5 million Instagram followers, and then captions it, let's talk like adults. Dude, do you understand you could get like seriously harmed doing this. Like, I don't think she understands the scope of the situation. Like, just because he's a YouTuber, that doesn't mean anything. You're legally on someone's property and you can be shot. Like, that's not, you can't rule that out, you know? So genuinely, she's lucky that he didn't pull up with any armed weapons, because that's perfectly within his right to do that, because why the fuck are you on his property? Editing Josh back with another banger, but I just wanted to say, I don't think she ever actually stepped onto like his grass or anything, so theoretically, technically, she didn't step on his property. I do want to just correct myself, but I'm just saying, had she done that and like was actually just in his driveway, he'd be perfectly in the right to, you know, proceed to execute her Order 66 style, essentially, without his permission. Talking about let's talk like adults. Like, what is wrong with you? And then here's a screenshot of a tweet from Jaksfilms basically saying Ssniperwolf just doxed me on her Instagram, and he adds YouTube, and it's basically like, can you do something about this? Like, demonetize her, do something, like show her this isn't okay. So, you know, that, which is completely fair, because like, why the fuck are you doing this? This makes zero sense when you could literally just DM, make a video, like you could literally do anything but go to his house. Well, number one, go find his information and then go to his house and then expose it to your, like I said, 5 million followers. And then obviously once it gets out, like that's going to be spread across the entire fucking internet, because, well, you just exposed where his fucking house is. And I don't know what it is, but people over the internet can literally find you based off of like a 2-pixel image. It's insane. They'll see you at like a fucking ice cream shop, like super zoomed in on your face, and pinpoint where you live and what you did that day and how many carbs you burned. It's insane what people on the internet can find. These people need to be fucking hired for the CIA. It's insane, but I'm rambling. Nevertheless, you can't really do that shit. That's not nice, basically. Like, and for some reason she doesn't understand that, because in this screenshot, she's like, accusing me of doxing is defamation, which, you know, that's fair. She's correct. You know what? I put my hands up. Ssniperwolf, you're correct. Accusing someone of doxing is defamation, but what you did wasn't, you know, being accused. It was just straight up doxing. Like, there's no accusing, it was proof. You know, it was cut and dry, it was black and white, it was a yes or no, and yes, you doxed him. There's no allegations, there's no he say, she say, there's no hearsay, there's no urban legend about it. You straight up fucking doxed him. That's your fault. And then she goes on to say, I have no idea how to dox. Well, you did. Just because you didn't like leak his information on the internet doesn't mean you can't dox someone. Doxing someone is literally just handing out their information to the general public, which you did by taking a picture of his fucking home. And then she says he literally posted his address on Google and said I threatened him and doxed him. I don't believe this at all. I don't think anyone would just go on Google and post their address. Like I said, you're not able to just be like, hey Alexa, where does Markiplier live? Like, that's not just something you can do. She doesn't understand that that's not information that's easily accessible. That's stuff you have to go out of your way and you have to dig really fucking deep to find. Genuinely, I don't even know how she got that information, but like, dude, you didn't get that through normal means, I guess we'll say. We'll dumb it down for her. And folks, it just gets even more idiotic somehow. She posts again. She's doubling down at this point. She's made her bed and now she's going to lie in it. She says, this creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim, saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. Right there, I want to stop you, Ssniperwolf. You went to the man's house and you fucking photographed it. You photographed it and then you posted it on social media for, again, 5 million people to see. What do you mean he's the creep? Like, that's what I just genuinely don't understand. So because he made a couple of silly little wacky YouTube videos on you, that gives you the right to call him a creep and then go to his house, take a picture of his house, and then post it on the internet to social media to see? What? And then you try to spin it and say that he's trying to create drama to pay his bills. Number one, I'm pretty sure he has genuinely enough money to live off. He probably could just quit YouTube and he could coast, he'd be fine. So he probably just does YouTube for fun, I would imagine. I don't think he needs to stir drama up just to pay his bills. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's basically all that came out, it was just insane. I seen this and I was like, bro, I have to talk about this wacky shit, because it just doesn't seem like Ssniperwolf has any sort of like normal moral compass or like thought process at all. She seems a bit delusional, a bit wacky, because she thinks that just because she's not on a computer like typing out code and sending his address to like the deep web, that she quote unquote doesn't know how to dox, when it's just not that complicated. That doesn't mean anything. Like, you can dox by literally just going up to somebody and taking a picture of them and then tweeting saying, this is this guy, this is his name, his age, and all this shit. Like, you could dox doing that. Like, doxing is literally just giving out people's information on the internet. Like, she doesn't understand that somehow, and she thinks what she did was okay, I guess, because she wanted to quote unquote talk it out. Like, just because you say you don't have ill intentions doesn't mean anything, you know? You just can't pull up to somebody's house at night, mind you, while they're, at home with their wife. You can't just pull up to somebody's house at night, man. You just can't. It's just sad to see people get so worked up over internet beef that they start going to people's houses and sharing people's information online, like private information online. Like, dude, it's just so fucking wacky, man. I don't understand. People get so fucking worked up over this internet shit, and it's getting way too fucking extreme. Like, y'all gonna get fucking hurt doing this stupid shit. That's pretty much all I had to say. I wanted to throw my hat into the ring, just give my little 2 cents on this. Basically, just don't fucking dox people, man. Just leave people alone. If you want to talk about it, just talk about it through DMs. Like, Jesus Christ, can we not just talk like normal human beings? She could have just sent him a fucking text or something through like Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, literally anything. Made a video, but no, she wanted to go and fucking dox him for some odd reason. I don't understand, man. People are doing just way too much weird shit nowadays. But that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike. Any criticism is constructive criticism. I love to see y'all in the comments. I'm always replying, and hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you for your time. See you.